This older woman's dating tip is going to flip the script on everything you thought you knew about love, dating, and romance. Now, before we get into this clip in today's conversation, the question I have for you guys is, what is a man's biggest fear when it comes to love, dating, and romance? Comment your thoughts under this video. Now, I want you to know that you are on the Confidence and Clarity channel, and my name is Bertrand. Now, let's get into this video and have this talk. Here we go. Oh, make sure to hype, like, and subscribe to the channel so more people can see this video. Here we go.
I've had better men than I currently have, and the best thing about it is I still haven't had my best yet. Once you decenter men, you learn the one thing that men are actually terrified for you to know, and that is it's always a better man. So yeah,
False. Men do not fear that. In fact, let me know if you guys do fear that, because the things that I can think of as far as fear goes is skydiving, bungee jumping, throwing you into like some pit where there's vicious and hungry animals. Those are things that I could see as fear, but fear of a better man, maybe fear of losing your woman, but not fear of a better man. Let's continue.
I'm pretty confident in saying I've been kicked out of better places because I have decentered men and inadvertently decenter outcomes. When a relationship doesn't
She says she's been kicked out of better places. She also started this video off by saying that she's had better men than she currently has. So it sounds like she's going backwards.
work out, I'm okay with that because I'm not fixated on one particular outcome. I know that whatever outcome that happens was actually supposed to happen, and if it doesn't work in my favor, that's because a better situation is right around the corner. Add that with the fact that I lead with my standards. So if the last person treated me X, Y, and Z, and I expected X, Y, and Z, the next person is going to treat me X, Y, and Z plus. I also feel like that's why it's so important for you to be able to self-regulate as a woman so that you don't regulate your emotions through the validation of men. Once again, decentering men and decentering their importance and approval in your life. Now, you may be disappointed, but you won't spiral because you know your self-worth is not tied and fixated in what a man thinks about you and whether or not you have one or not. I know that if I can't hold him, that's because my hands are being freed to catch a bigger fish. Decenter man, decenter outcome.
Her hands are being freed so she can catch a bigger fish. Now, I love her edificacious attitude. Her outlook on life is positive, it's optimistic, it's ever growing and constantly evolving, but it's also a telltale sign of a woman that is unsatisfiable. Now, my issue is in her saying that a man's biggest fear is that there's a better man, because that's not a man's fear. In fact, what a man fears is losing his woman, losing his children, losing all of his money and not being able to have the chance to make that money back, right? To lose everything, to lose it all. That's what I see that a man would actually fear. Now, if I think about it a little bit deeper, I could say, okay, well, maybe a man also fears skydiving or bungee jumping or being thrown into some type of pit where there's animals that are hungry and vicious, ready to just rip you apart, right? Or drop you into like some lava or something. That I could see as like a fear. But as far as a better man, a more successful man, a man with more money, ladies, let me tell you this. There's more of you on this planet than there are men. There's millions, possibly billions more women on this planet than there are men. The reason why that is important is because just like she's saying there's a better man, there is a better woman. There's a better looking woman. There's a more in shape woman. There's a younger woman, right? There is always another woman. That being said, I'm looking at this and saying, okay, cool. Her outlook is great, but the messaging is a little screwed up, especially if she's looking to get into a relationship or be in a long-term relationship. The reason I phrased it like that is because when I'm listening to her, I hear hookup culture. I hear short-term relationships. I hear you are a fool if you take this woman serious, because she's not serious. Meaning, when it comes to being committed, she's not serious about that. I mean, you guys heard it for yourself. Decentering men is great if you don't actually intend to be with a man, right? But if you're trying to decenter a man and you want that man to be a high status, high income earning, a really valuable man, that man is also going to have standards. I'm not telling women out there to settle. You know what? We got to change that. Yes, ladies, you do have to settle because you're not perfect and neither is he. He may have some potential, so do you, right? Like there's women who we look at and we like, damn, you know, hey, she is, oh my God, if I can just keep her in the gym or if I can get her to the gym, oh my gosh, I got me one. So ladies, what I'm saying is there's always a better looking woman. There's always a woman that's willing to do whatever you're not willing to do. There is always a woman available for that, especially if that man is rich, wealthy, famous, right? Or is well off. There is always, and I mean there is always a woman willing and ready for action. I think it's a good thing for her to actually lead with her standards because that will get her dismissed really quick. The issue is that the standards continuously go up for men who had nothing to do with the damage and the trauma that she has caused herself. Women, when they hear these type of things, it sounds good at first, but then reality sets in and you realize, wait a minute, the guy that I wanted chose her? That woman right there? Right? And that's why I'm saying women are ruining other women, because if this woman really wants a man, she can get a man, have a man, and be completely off the market. The funny thing about her decentering men and not thinking or not wanting to have a man's approval in her mind, but if she is going to deal with successful men, she's going to have to do things that he approves of, because if she doesn't, she could potentially ruin his money, his image, and his business relationships, or she can ruin the money. So his approval is needed for those reasons. And based on what I'm hearing, it doesn't sound like she's dating a man because she loves him. It sounds like she's looking to date a man based on what he has, or how much money he has, or how much money he's actually spending on her. That's what it sounds like to me. But you guys let me know what you think. Do you think she's actually looking for love, or is she actually looking for a comfortable, luxurious lifestyle? Now, the reason I always end my videos by saying I encourage you to become the best version of yourself, the reason why I always say that is because I want you guys to become the men who are in that small group of men that all the women are looking at. I'm working to get myself into that group, not for the women aspect, but mainly for the access to life, the things that you get to experience. For instance, having better credit and having a good credit limit on a card, I'm able to enjoy more things. I'm able to be more creative. I'm able to get more things done because I can outsource certain things, or I can pay for this service or buy that will help my workflow become much better. So the reasons why I'm telling you guys to improve your mind, adapt to dating, figure out how you want to live your life, the reasons why I keep saying this and I save it for the end of the video is because the majority of us are trying to figure out what's going on in dating, what's going on in women's mind, what's going on in the world. AI and robots are changing everything. So don't get too distracted. I get it. We all want a pretty woman. We all want a woman that we can just put through a mattress. But please understand that everything is changing and it is moving fast. And I mean fast. Think about it. You can get on ChatGPT, you can get on Claude, you can use Gemini, you can ask all of those AIs a question, and guess what? It will never tell you, I don't know. It will always give you an answer. Because it will always give you an answer, you don't know if the answer is right or wrong unless you already know the answer to that question. But if you don't know the answer to that question, there's an answer for you to dissect and figure out if that's something you agree with or something you're just going to blindly accept. But with all of that being said, I got a question for you. Was this woman's dating tips useful and great? Am I tripping? Let me know. Comment your thoughts under this video. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel for more confidence and clarity, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.